Happy Friday, everybody, or whatever day it is when you happen to be watching this. Recently, I've been playing a little bit of the old school RuneScape, and I've been doing the new Valimor content that they just released, and some of that included the Perilous Moons quest, which I've been kind of enjoying. It's pretty fun. However, my gear is pretty bad, as you can see, and I'll provide a bigger image of that later. And I've been getting a lot of comments like, bruh, your amulet, or oh my god, how are you not getting trucked in here? And I'm not sure what trucked means in this case, but I'm pretty sure I am getting trucked in here. Anyway, so here we go. For the start of my Perilous Moons runs, I like to run to the northwest and get to this lizard kind of area. You want to run around, get to the cooking station, and once you get there, you're going to want to right-click and make yourself a nice cup of tea. That refills your run energy. And then we need to start prepping. This is a great place because you can totally start with an empty inventory with just your weapon swaps that you need, and then get all the food and all the potions you need to complete the whole kind of Perilous Moons events. So I like to start out by making, 4 to 6 of the super combat / combo prayer potions, which is get some bugs, squish the bugs, jam the bugs into the potions. You can get as many potions as you want out of the crates. You just have to wait a little bit for them to respawn. After you've gotten your sweet, delicious potions that help a lot, you want to go for the hunter kit. I dropped the butterfly net because my hunter isn't high enough to catch butterflies. Yep. And then go south to the rocks, catch yourself a nice batch of lizards, and then cook up your lizards. Each lizard, for me, is worth 3 food, so in theory it's a little more efficient and, time efficient or whatever. However, I have trouble counting, so I always, either make too many lizards by double or not enough. And that's my life. And once we finish up here, I like to head to the Blood Moon one because it is the hardest. Here's a nice blurry zoom in of the gear I'm running. Berserker Helm, Rada's Blessing, Amulet of Accuracy, Cape of Legends, Sulfur Blades, Guthan's Plate Body, Rune Plate Skirt, Climbing Shoes, Explorer's Ring 2, and Barrow's Gloves. So this isn't great, but it's what I've been running. I was using and then Guthan's Spear for my Switch. I was running a D-Simi and Dragon Defender for the Blood Boss, but I got these new Scimitar thingamabobbers, Sulfur Blades, which are, I think, better. Anyway, they sound cooler, so that's good enough for me. And then we move on to the prayers. Pray from melee does not work with these bosses. They hit through it, so I run Steel Skin to increase my defense, and then Incredible Reflexes to increase my hit chance. Yep, and that's kind of it for setup. Once you have your full inventory, you should be ready to look at your map and run to the Blood Boss. I like to drink my potions and start my prayers before the boss fight, so I have less panic when I'm going in there. Blood Boss is weak to slash, so make sure your weapon is set to a slash attack and that you have a slash weapon for this. It helps quite a bit. Basic mechanics for all the bosses is they have a circle on the ground that you start at that you move between, and then periodically it's going to switch phases. So, for example, right now we are in the bad ground phase. Probably the easiest phase out of all the bosses. So just don't stand in the bad ground, move around. Safe circle appears, attack the boss, and then it will always move in a clockwise fashion, and make sure you eat so you don't die. And after kind of 3 moves, it will switch phases again to a different phase that you haven't seen yet, and this one will be the cat phase. So this phase, you want to run to the cat that's got a circle. It's different for everybody. And then you kind of need to do a little dance here between timing, stepping towards the bad ground right before it disappears, and then moving back hit the kitty cat. And if you do this right and get your dance down, you will heal a little bit. Those are the purple numbers you see. Screwing it up heals the boss. And we're talking about healing the boss. When the boss hits you, he hits you 3 times, and that will heal you, I believe, 1x. Heal him, sorry. 1x of the damage he deals to you, and then 2 or 3x, and then like 5x or 4x. And I've been hit up to 20s, and that is just depressing to watch his health bar just go zoop, and then he's got a bunch of life left. But here, we've seen all the phases, and we just need to repeat them, gobbling down all of the supplies we got. Thank God these are free supplies that we can just get. Otherwise, this would not be something I could do on this Iron Man. Yet I think I'm de-ironing. Anyway. And yeah. You just keep repeating this, watching the boss heal and getting sad, and until you win or you die. So now, once we kill the blood dude, this spits us back out into our friendly neighborhood lizard cave, and to do the same kind of prep, restock, and then switch to your crush weapon. In this case, it's my Guffin Spear, and I need to set it to crush. I think I've already done that. And now you start fighting the Frost Moon. And again, this has the same kind of circle on the ground, clockwise pattern, and then its kind of 2 phases are putting out these braziers to the north, south, left, right, whatever you want to think of it, and then the tornadoes deal damage, turn your run energy off. I mostly just ignore the tornadoes and run through them and just deal with it. If you don't relight the braziers, the boss will heal, and I've read on guides that, oh, you just ignore it, but I'm like, no. Yeah, you probably need good DPS, and then I don't have any of that good DPS. I have really bad DPS, so we relight the braziers. And then we get our circle back, and we'll need to, do the 3 circle on the ground dance, and then switch to the next phase, which will be a ice block on the ground that steals your weapon. You need to punch and kick the weapon in between ice spikes. So you can always hit the ice block, unless you're out of position, 2 times per kind of like rotation of spikes. And just so you do the similar dance like we did with the cat, except this one less punishing. And yeah, break your weapon out. You can see that other guy, he broke his out really quick because he's got good gear. But there we go, weapon back, and now we just do this cycle again and again until we win. Much easier and funner than the blood one. Even though I like the blood one's mechanics better, if it wasn't healing so much. It feels just very RNG dependent and very punishing. Whereas these other ones are more about do the mechanics right and you deal more DPS and it feels better. Once you take out the blue moon, the next up is stabbing the sun with the sun moon thing. And this spits us out in the northeast section. And once again, we need to drink our cup of tea, collect some bugs if you're low on potions, and then either run back to the lizard cave, which is to the west from here, I think. Look at your map. Or you just can be lazy and fish and catch some fish, and then remember to cook your fish. You can't eat the raw fish. Don't do what Donnie Don't does, and bring in a basket of raw fish that you click on and nothing happens. And you look stupid. I know how to look stupid. Anyway, fill up your inventory with fish. It's slower than lizards because it's only 1 food per fish. But you don't have to walk, and not feeling the walking. And then we can switch to our stab weapon, or switch your weapon from crush to stab in my case. And then we can go to the sun boss. Once more, you jump into the arena, and whatever phase the boss is in is the phase it's in. This time I've got circles on the ground, and yep. And then immediately he switches to the orb phase, and I suck at this phase. In theory, you can just control-click, walk by the orb, and not take any damage. Instead, you screw it up, panic, spaz out, take damage, misclick all over the place. You have to eat food, but eventually we get through it. The goal is to keep the orb between you and the boss. Or get hit in the face a lot, I guess. And then we switch back to orb on the ground, and he'll do 3 of these, just like every other boss. And then he will switch to the a phase where a bunch of guys in sets of pretty much always 3 will spawn. And you will need to click underneath or near the guy that spawns, and your character will face it and then counterattack. If you don't do this, you will take damage. So click, 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 and I screwed it up. So click, click, click. That time I got it right, so he's taking damage, I'm not. If you screw it up, if you're too slow, you take damage. That's bad. Otherwise, he takes damage if you hit him, or he hits zeros, like I do. This one took me a while to kind of fully understand, like I was waiting for something to happen, but as soon as they spawn, you click underneath them so you face them. Otherwise, you will be taking damage. In that's the cycle. So we're back to the start. Orb's on the ground. After this, we'll have to do another stupid slow-moving, take damage, spaz out phase with the orb. And then if we still haven't killed him by then, we will need to do another counterattacky phase. Oh yeah, my friend the orb. And yep, just do that until you win. And with that, it spits us back out in the fishing part of the cave system. And we've killed all 3 bosses. You can see by the lower right check marks that we are done. And we can now collect our really fantastic garbage-faced loot. I'm not bitter. Even though getting something that this quick would be quite the achievement. Yeah, we get our tar, mud, leaves, and arrows. Yep. But we're done, and we can restart the run, and I like to run back to the lizard cave, restock on lizards and potions, and then run right back to the blood moon. Here's me fumbling with the map and going the wrong way anyway. And I always like to start, like I said, with the blood room, and so here we are back at it again. We've done our little restock dance that takes roughly 5 minutes for me. I bet you could get that time down if you were good or better than me. It wouldn't be hard. Yeah, and then here we are at the blood phase again. And, yeah. Here's a nice lesson in don't panic. Don't misclicking and panicking right like I do here is really bad, and you will take a lot of damage. I was going to show a cute little cheeky, oh, what happens if you die? Because I assume most players are really afraid of, oh, I'm going to die, and that's in Valimor. I don't know how to get to Valimor. So here we go. Run north to Varrock, then take the bird there in Varrock on the east side, and take the bird ride to Valimor, and then you will have another bird to the right of that bird. Click on that bird to take you over to, I don't remember what it's called. It's to the right, to the left. And then take the agility shortcut, which takes 40 or 49 agility. I'd recommend you get 49 agility or more, just for quality of life and basic RuneScaping. But if you don't have it, you might want to do Hunter Rumors until you have enough bird seed to build another bird stop. And overall, this run back takes me, 3 or 4 minutes, so it's not fantastic, but it's not like I'm not in danger of losing my gear as long as I'm paying attention and all that stuff. So you go through the main gates of the city, run straight down the middle, and then run up to the gates, and then your loot/tombstone will be sitting right on the ground, straight ahead, and you can get straight back into re-prepping, which is 5 minutes, that's the worst part of dying. It's not the run back, it's the re-prepping, because you'll see in my inventory, all my lizards are gone, so and we got to restock and re-prep, equip all our gear, but other than some of my time, I didn't lose any money, and I didn't lose anything other than probably 8 minutes, I'd say. 8-10 minutes cost dying. Which isn't... Could be worse. Could be way worse. So here we are, back in Lizard Town. Need to refill up on lizards and potions and then get right back into it. And with that, I think I will kind of leave this off. I'll have a nice bunch of songs that I like at the end here and some sped up videos of me doing some more runs and getting some more mud from my mud collection. I hope, please like and subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time.